Hey guys, welcome to Life Lessons TV, episode number 6. I'm your host, Adrian D'Amico. Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about zigging and zagging. So Life Lessons TV, look, it's going to be sort of, I think, a little bit edgy. I think it's going to be a little bit off the cuff. I'm letting you know now that once I get excited about a topic, I might swear a little bit. I might let a couple of curses go. So it's one of those things where I think I just want things to be kind of real. All right, so I'm talking to my good buddy George, sexy cameraman George, and we're having a conversation about how things change over a period of time, how your opinions change, how you evolve as a person, how you grow as an individual. And for a lot of entrepreneurs out there who do all the courses and read the books and all those sorts of things, you know, you certainly do evolve and grow as an individual over a period of time. You know, and to me, there's nothing wrong with that. And for my own life, I've kind of zigged and zagged my entire life. You know, as a young adult going into certain roles and positions in the workforce, I used to actually shorten my resume by a number of pages simply because there was so many jobs to list, and it was embarrassing. I literally had about 25 jobs or 30 jobs before I found a profession that really suited me, all right, in my early 20s, all right, mid-20s. So I totally get it. I understand it. I follow that everyone has things that change in their life. I mean, your paradigm shifts a number of ways. Again, for my personal story, you know, I had one opinion of life, of where I wanted to go. As a teenager, I was a musician. I played in a band. I had long hair, believe it or not. I wanted to be, you know, a session drummer, or, you know, play for, you know, Bon Jovi or something like that. And then things changed. As I grew older and got into more of a professional life, I got into sales and things like that, and my life took a new direction. And then when I found my wife, or, you know, my girlfriend, and then we were intended to be married, you know, things changed again. When I had children, my paradigm shifted again and again, because that's just how life works. That's just how life evolves. There's an evolution in process, and I totally get it. The thing that I want to talk about today, the thing that really gets my goat, the thing that when I talk to people, to business owners, when I'm doing my coaching or I'm talking to people at events, and I literally want to strangle them because they're saying to me things like, yeah, look, I'd really have an idea of doing this with my life, or you know, this thing here, but you know what, I'm just going to sort of, you know, I'm doing this now, you know, I'm going to stay on this path. And you know, I'll give you an example. Okay, so when we're talking here with George, we're talking about the example of a budding photographer. So you might start out in life, in your career, and you want to be a budding photographer. That's perfectly fine. And at that time, the inspiration for you could be baby photos. It could be wedding photography or wedding videos or something like that. And then over a period of time, you might get bored with that. That might start to change for you. You might start getting tired of doing baby photos all the time, and you start seeing a real buzz in you to do something more of an artistic form. So you want to do more modeling, or you want to do something like, you know, photograph extreme sports or something like that. The problem is that for most people, they don't act on that. They stay the same. So, and they come up with this excuse, with this reasoning that, well, things have changed now, you know, like my positions change, my attitudes change, I've got a different viewpoint of the world. And to me, it's like, that's fine, but you're still doing the same fucking thing that you were doing 20 years ago. So if you have changed, if you have a different opinion, then why haven't you changed along with that opinion, that viewpoint, that way of the world? Why haven't you done anything in the direction of that, that ambition, that motivation that you have? So if you're a photographer, then, and you're doing baby shots, why can't you then do something on the side that is modeling? And if that starts to, get tired, or you get bored with that, and you really want to get into action shots, or like I said, extreme sports, then go and do that. Don't stay in a position of doing the same thing over and over again and have this evolution process go through your mind. Meanwhile, you're pissing away years of your life waiting for some divine intervention that will probably never happen, because you are stuck thinking of, things are changing and I'm not quite sure what to do now. I've got a different opinion of life. Things are not the same anymore, yet you're still doing the same thing and you're not taking the action you need to do to go towards the goals. It's okay. What I'm saying is, it's okay to change. It's okay to zig and to zag. It's okay to do something now and something down the track that's a little bit different. Fuck, my own career was in real estate sales as a business owner, and now I'm a trainer and coach. Okay, so it's almost polar opposites in terms of professions, but I followed a career and a passion and something that drives me, that motivates me, that I can now serve others with. All right, I felt like the time the time in my real estate career was coming to an end. Now, it didn't change overnight for me. I totally get that it might take some time to build up some courage, to let go of your fears and your inhibitions about, what could possibly go wrong. But really, once you make that move, and I talked about this in a previous episode of, getting off that level, getting out of being stuck, then you're really moving at least in the direction of your goals. You're not thinking about the same thing you were years ago. So if that's you, if that's something that you've decided or you've been talking about, if you're that person that's been talking about doing something for a long time, more than 12 months, more than 2 years, or whatever it may be, then when are you going to start to change and evolve and take that leap of faith that you need to? It's totally cool to zig and zag in life. So there you have it, guys. There's episode number 6, Life Lessons TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for the shares, subscribes, for the comments that you're leaving. It means the world to me. I'll see you on the next episode. Chat to you soon.